The American president has just told wealthy donors who should replace him in 2028. And in the very same week, the candidate he personally endorsed lost a primary to a man who had briefly quit the race. From Berlin, this is the sort of contradiction that tells you everything about the state of power in Washington. Here is a man who insists he alone knows who should lead his party, and his own political magic wand snapped in half in front of the cameras. Let us take the succession question first, because Europeans find the framing itself remarkable. According to the Washington Post, Donald Trump told major donors, quote, "Ultimately, we have to nominate JD. That would be Vice President JD Vance. Now, in most functioning democracies, a sitting head of government does not simply anoint a crown prince to a room full of financiers. But Trump has spent months teasing that he might run again himself, flirted with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, then floated a Vance-Rubio ticket. His aides now insist this latest blessing is merely a, quote, private opinion. A private opinion delivered to the people who write the checks. And then reality. In Michigan's 8th district, a genuine swing seat, the kind that decides who controls Washington, Trump's endorsed candidate, a Navy veteran and former police officer named Amir Hassan, appeared at a rally with the president himself. He was the favorite. He lost, decisively, to a retired engineer named Tom Smith, a man who had actually suspended his own campaign in July and backed someone else who finished third. Let that settle for a moment. The president's chosen man was beaten by a candidate who, weeks earlier, had stopped campaigning. So much for the wand. On the Democratic side, the establishment fared no better. The socialist Abdul el-Sayed defeated the experienced Congresswoman Haley Stevens, promising to teach what he called a, quote, historically corrupt president a lesson. Both parties, it seems, are done taking orders from the top. Meanwhile, the American everyday continues to produce stories that make Europeans blink. 3 of the country's largest egg producers, Cal-Maine, Versova, and Hickman's Egg Ranch, have agreed to donate 53 million eggs to food banks after New York prosecutors accused them of years of illegal price fixing. The state's attorney general called it a conspiracy against, quote, hard-working New Yorkers, done purely to enrich themselves. The punishment is eggs, 53 million of them. And there was one more moment that should give you pause. On Tuesday, a military helicopter carrying the president came within less than 1 mile of a passenger jet over Washington. After communication broke down between the control tower at Reagan Airport and the crew of Marine One. The White House assures us the president was never in danger, while quietly suggesting closer cooperation with aviation authorities might be wise. In a city where a deadly mid-air collision happened only months ago, that is a striking thing to have to say out loud. A president who names his heir, loses his primary, fixes egg prices with charity, and nearly clips a jet, all in 1 week. That's the view from here. What does it look like where you are? Drop it in the comments and subscribe for the perspective American media won't give you.